exploitation, murder and torture.
They loved killing. That's what they did. I mean, they loved it.
Who was Dominick Montiglio, the mobster who betrayed the Demeo crew? Dominick Montiglio, born July 17, 1947, in New York, was an American associate of the Gambino crime family, who later became a government witness. Montiglio was born in New York City to Anthony Santamaria and Maria Gaggi, both of Sicilian origin. When his father became estranged, he was raised by his uncle Nino Gaggi. His mother remarried Anthony Montiglio and Dominick took his surname. He was also cousin of Frank Gallardo. At the age of 10, Dominick had been selected to become the class president, upon telling his uncle about his newly acquired duties, which included writing down the names of troublemakers when the teacher was out of class. Nino allegedly ordered the boy to go back to his teacher and tell her that he could not accept the position. Montiglio says his uncle told him, "No one in our family can be a rat." Dominick says that as early he can remember, his Uncle Nino's way of life was pressed on him. When he was in the first grade, Dominick told his uncle that he wanted to be a cop. Nino's response that he hated cops and no one in the Gaggi family had ever been or would be a police officer. In 1967, Montiglio served in the Vietnam War as a sniper who reportedly killed dozens of men. Gaggi's response that people were fools to die for anything but their family. Upon his return, he started working for the Gambino family in drugs, extortion and murder. Montiglio started working for car service Nino was starting up. It was there that Montiglio was introduced to the Roy Demeo, an associate of Nino's in 1973. Several weeks later, Dominick accompanied Nino in the Gemini Lounge, where he was introduced to Chris Rosenberg, one of Demeo's close associates. By 1974, Nino closed his car service and put Montiglio in charge of collecting payments from lost shark customers. Nino also put Montiglio in charge of collecting the weekly tributes from the Demeo crew, ordering his association with the crew be restricted to the business, reportedly earning $250,000 a week. At his peak in the Roy Demeo crew, in March 1975, Montiglio showcased his willingness to murder for his uncle when he was assisted Nino and Roy Demeo in an attempt hit on Vincent Governara, a childhood friend of Montiglio, who had been feuded with Nino over a decade earlier. Dominick planted a concussion grenade in Governara's car, which ended up propelling him onto the marquee of a movie theater. Governara fled to California for a time with Montiglio's efforts cemented his bond with Nino. His next endeavor for the Gambino family was assisting Nino in intimidating a witness set to testify against Paul Castellano, Carlo Gambino's brother-in-law and a captain in the family. The witness was persuaded not to testify, securing Castellano's acquittal for extortion. In 1983, Montiglio was arrested for racketeering, and the Gambinos feared he would talk, reportedly took out $1 million contract on his life. Montiglio decided to collaborate with the FBI. He testified against the family and Gaggi in various trials and reportedly helped send 56 mobsters to prison. He later changed his identity and entered the Witness Protection Program, where he and his family stayed for the next decade. As they moved around between various locations in Wyoming, Alabama and Colorado, they withdrew from the program. In 1993, when they could no longer cope with the constant moving, in his later life, Montiglio devoted himself to art. He also appeared in the 1994 documentary film Loyalty and Betrayal, the story of the American mob. On June 27, 2021, Montiglio died at the age of 73 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and is buried at the Santa Fe National Cemetery.